Hey, folks, and welcome to another episode of Starfinder with your friends Never Split the Party. Our Starfinder campaign is called Mostly Harmful, and we're in our third season. If you'd like to catch up on past episodes, they're available on YouTube at bit.ly/neveryoutube, or any kind of podcast app you use. Just search for Never Split the Party podcast. Justin diligently edits our episodes as they come out, and we are up to date. It took us 3 years to get there, but we're there now. That's right. And we have actually been for a couple months now, but still, we're there. Or if you want to get some more personal, deets on how we got here, feel free to jump in our Discord at bit.ly/never discord, and we'll fill you in. I'm in the Discord pretty much all the time. I don't post terribly frequently because I don't think I have much to say, but I will respond to pretty much anything you post. You can also find us on Twitter at NSTPcast, but right now that's usually just advertising like upcoming dates and things for us. I think that does the skinny. If you aren't familiar with Starfinder, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons in space, except different. And yeah, I'm pretty good with that. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I'm the GM for this campaign, and most campaigns Never Split the Party does. And I'm joined by my wonderful cast, starting with Justin.
Me. Well, okay, fine. We'll do that instead. You'll just say my name and screw that. Thanks. All right. Well, I'm Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer, and artist extraordinaire. And yeah, that's who I am.
I'm next. I'm Chris. I play Milla Three Top, the best Durkin Yisoki mechanic there is on this side of the galaxy.
You had to specify this time a little bit more. The best Durkin Yisoki mechanic is actually a downgrade. In previous renditions, you've been the best.
Let's be honest, being a Yisoki is a bit of a downgrade.
I don't take offense at that anymore.
Oh, it's not a Yisoki anymore, right?
All right. But thank you, Chris. Chris is also tired AF, and we're going to do our best. He did 24 hours straight of making alcoholic beverages for some reason.
Did.
He didn't even share with the class.
Well, it's still fermenting. I'm going to share with the class. It takes time.
If you'd like your own Starfinder themed beer, hit Chris up on the side.
That might be illegal.
Moving on.
Quietly.
I'm Michael, and I play Zero, the android operative. Not a sentinel.
All right, well.
And go for Nick, because I keep staring at Dustin's screen and he keeps grabbing things.
Hello, I'm Nick. I'm not getting as easily distracted. I play Dren, who's a Marikoi Solarian, and he's sort of the working captain of the crew.
What? No,
hasn't really we don't agree on that
yet.
I don't remember that.
It's not official, but
I'm pretty sure we were more inclined to appoint a robot.
No, I believe the robot's in the background, and it's right now myself and Matsav are duking.
Hi, I'm Patrick, and I play a robot. He's going to be the captain.
Not War Machine.
That's not War Machine. That's alternate universe Iron Man, obviously. What the hell is wrong?
Wait, did you pick somebody up for me? Who'd you pick up for mine? And Chris's.
This actually covers both.
I know audio people can't tell what's going on here at all.
Was that a Pikachu? Dustin, was that a Pikachu?
Close enough.
It was Pikachu from the top.
Oh, hold on. We could also do this for the robot.
There you go.
Cat hair on it, and I knocked over my ATST, but that's fine. I'm trying to go for what I can actually reach from my desk, and I just happen to have these random things sitting here.
Oh, I found it. He's actually just a phone.
I also have a Thor.
Who is a picture of Cloud Strife?
All right.
Which is a drawing that you did.
Yes.
Ooh, I have my cards here, which we might need since we're doing.
Oh, I got my cards here.
Because we're gumbling?
Which we might need because we're doing.
Here, which means that we're gonna need.
All right, back to the show, guys. Let's see. Let's do recap. Last time on Starfinder, we basically did nothing I had planned. The party spent the time interacting with their pirate comrades who have kind of a location of space sectioned off in the diaspora, a massive sprawling collection of asteroids. And these pirates are slowly amassing an armada and a land-based army that the party will coordinate in terms of their resistance against the Triumvirate, the current body of power ruling through the Pact worlds. They took over at the end of season 1. So again, if you're behind, catch up. Or just take my word for it. That's also cool. They, in a couple episodes prior to that, were invited to another location in the Diaspora, a casino, a very popular casino called On the Turn, TIRN, named after its eccentric creator and owner. The person inviting them is Zolan Gurguretz, one of the surviving 2 members of the Triumvirate. He is an Eoxian, which is to say a space lich, and he's was previously in charge of the Triumvirate's kind of disinformation campaign as well as their space fleet. He seems to have been deposed in some sense, or at least no longer welcome on planet after the events of season 2 of Starfinder, or sorry, I should say mostly harmful. And he is now trying to reach out and make some sort of accord with you in terms of his position in the Pact worlds and the future of your resistance movement. You weren't given much more information other than that, other than he'll be waiting somewhere in On the Turn for your arrival. You were left off with the pirates. I don't believe we got too far off of that, and I don't remember if we did this on screen. I think I probably forgot to. I'm having you guys now as we pick up. Well, I guess first, before I get into the what's going on right now, does anyone have any announcements now that I've gone through the what happened last time?
Nope.
I don't have any other announcements here either. Next week,
do we want to announce about what you're doing while I'm going to be gone for that one time, or wait till next week to do
we'll
that?
wait till next week. Next week for us will be another variety stream, to which I have no idea what we'll be doing. Is there any games coming out around then? Maybe I'll play Outer Worlds or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll
I'd
figure
be
something.
down to watch some Outer Worlds.
Okay, I might just load up the Outer Worlds campaign I'll be playing on at that time and just jump you in where I am, just as a what's going on there. So that's for next week. Nick will be out at sometime in November because he's gonna be traveling to Japan, doing my Holy Grail trip. Yeah, and hopefully buying me some bootleg Gundam and Dragon Quest memorabilia to fill up his suitcase. Good luck. Good luck with customs. And yeah, for that, I think we're gonna do probably a fun holiday themed Starfinder stream. And since that'll be not too long after, I believe, Thanksgiving, I might make it something to do with that. I'm thinking of returning to a cooking show format as proposed by Rye way back when he was still sucking air. We'll play with that for a little bit more, but look forward to some holiday shenanigans sometime. What date is that in November, Chris? Nick.
That the Starfinder episode is going to be on the 26th.
Cool. The 26th, we'll be having a slightly more fun stream because we'll be without Dren. Depending on where we are story-wise, I didn't mean it that way. That sounded really dry.
At least you said without Dren and not without Nick, because then I would be crying right now.
Well, let's be honest. Dustin does hate Dren with like an unearthly passion because
I didn't.
You're a slug.
I didn't, and then he got slug. Now I do. Yeah, so I didn't mean that to be derogatory. I more say we'll be playing a little bit more loosely, and depending on where we are in the story, it'll just be like a previously or a side story. I'm just gonna make it be the dudes. I'm not gonna make us do anything special with that. I want it to be just the cast. But like I'm not gonna make you guys do new characters for it. But at the very least, it'll be probably outside of our current timeline of shows, which is fine. We did that with the Halloween episode last year. We're not doing a Halloween episode this year because it would be today, and I didn't want to do 2 holiday.
I mean, it is a Halloween episode because we may or may not be dressing up. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Costumes.
Okay. You know what? There you go. We do have Halloween costumes. Thank you, Nick. There we go.
Today's a holiday episode. Oh, bye, guys.
Did he just ruin all of our cameras again?
No, he's the last.
Right. I'm glad let's make sure no matter what overlay we do, Patrick is last. Okay, that has to be the rule.
That has been the strategy for 3 years. And it's been working.
All right. Well, that's mostly just because you're last to show up. It's not intentionally done, but
no, it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for that he hasn't been last like the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna start showing up late again. And then Dustin will yell at me again, and I'll be like, "Yeah, but you didn't have to do the camera shuffle."
Right. Moving on. If you guys want to hear more of us BSing and shooting around the table, which is virtual, make sure you hang out after the show. Every after stream of Starfinder, we do an after party where we just talk about the episode or upcoming things, and we just kind of gossip and gab. And we'll interact with chat a lot more then too, because I tell that players are not allowed to during stream. That comes right after the show at 10:30 p.m. And if you want to see what some of those past episodes are, you just got to be our patron, which you can find at bit.ly/neverpatreon. Any donation amount gets you access to all of our past after parties. And we have a couple freebies up on YouTube if you just want to check out what that format's like. It's pretty casual, but it's a great way to interact with us while you still see our, I was going to say pretty faces, but I'm just going to say faces. Mostly because
Yeah,
Patrick
I got fat.
Well, well, no, I have pictures of you fat.
It depends on if we're wearing wigs or not.
Yeah. All right. Now moving on, let's get into the game. You guys have taken off. You are using basically a transport ship. You're not using the Spirit of Shirket for tonight's adventure. I believe you were leaving B Team behind, or were you just leaving the kids behind?
Just leaving the kids. I
Okay,
believe
all right.
this is
So
what we thought.
So you are leaving the kids behind. So you're not bringing your young dwarf ward or dwarven ward or your kind of humanish child ward, which are Terry and
Rensies.
Ferences, thank you, respectively. His name is a bastardization of a necro scope character, so I always want to say not the wrong one, but I often do.
It's funny, I
What the
forgot
hell
it
is
last week.
necroscope?
Well, if you look it up, it's a lot of fun. And you actually, Patrick, it is in your genre. It's Brian Lumley is like an author who did a lot of work with the Lovecraftian kind of mythos,
Oh,
and then he breaks off a small section of it and builds a whole vampire mythos around it. And it starts with Necroscope,
oh.
which is a really solid series. At least the first 3 books are fantastic.
There are 18.
I felt it waned in the 4th book, and I don't think I've gone past the 5th one. I'd have to check how many I have on my shelf. But I like
18.
Lumley. He also has some Lovecraft dedicated literature as well. It's a little bit more action oriented than most of the normal Lovecraft stuff, but if you look up Titus Crow, it's good stuff.
So welcome to our podcast within a podcast where we talk about different books.
And then we get sued for having a podcast within a podcast, a la Mabim Bam. All right, I'm back on
I don't
topic.
think that's
All
how
right.
that works.
You guys are arriving at On the Turn.
Munch Squad.
Okay.
All right.
The song's different. That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
that song's
it's totally
different.
fine.
It's not the same
It's a
song.
parody.
It won't
Yeah.
get flagged on YouTube. It's fine.
All right, I'm going
Munch
to keep
Crew.
going. Stop it, you bastards.
Bite Crew.
And On the Turn is a sprawling casino set across the surface of one of the larger, more stable asteroids in this corner of the, again, sprawling diaspora. It has... Patrick, go.
We can call our parody Munch Pod. Then it's actually a podcast within a podcast.
I don't like it. We're also not talking about food, so we've already gone past...
We will be.
Okay.
I made katsu curry.
That sounds delicious.
That's the end of this episode of Munch Pod.
Well, you'll get another chance to bring out Munch Pod during our Thanksgiving themed episode.
I don't know why you're making cat soup. It's kind of weird to put cats.
I'm really upset that we're already gonna have a callback to this fictional podcast with a podcast that you've built in callback. All right, can I play now, guys?
You can. I'm not.
Yes.
All right.
Good luck.
On the Turn is a series of steel structures built on the surface and throughout the underground or interior of this asteroid. The asteroid has a couple of precautions against collisions, such as anti-grav devices that help propel other asteroids around it, as well as some more kind of mundane defenses, such as laser cannons and missile launchers that are visible when you approach. These both serve as other asteroid deterrents, but also security for the casino, which is again very popular because it's one of a kind throughout the diaspora, and it is housed by pirates, reprobates, thugs, extremely wealthy adventure seekers. People who aren't allowed in the common eye, like your friend Zolan, and then anyone who just wants to kind of experience the other side of being goody two shoes. I will say it is known to be I don't want to use the phrase hive of scum and villainy, but it's known to be a hive of scum and villainy. This is if you took the Mos Eisley Cantina, added a bunch of casino games and drugs, and ramped it up to 11. It is a very lively atmosphere, and you know this going into it. You're the leader of your pirate gang, Larisse, has given you a contact. You are to meet with Garv Betterhorn. He is apparently one of the pirates' contacts in the casino. He runs, I believe, security. You guys would actually know this better than I would.
Yes.
Cool. He runs security, or rather, he's a part of security. I don't believe he runs security. He's part of the security of the casino, and he is one of the pirates' contacts. He's on their payroll in some capacity. What that actually means varies. But almost everyone in the casino is on someone's payroll. If you don't have some sort of contact on the turn, you are outside of the loop for a lot of things. So that being said, you are all aware you're walking into a very high profile setting. And appropriately, you have donned alternate identities as you enter the casino. The first part of the casino is didn't block the sound at all. Sorry. Is the garage where you bring in your transport ship, which is a very boxy looking vehicle. It was used to transport ground troops off of Triaxis, and you've commandeered it as a incognito vehicle. What's it being called right now? Dren. What have you named this transport ship? It does need a name for parking purposes.
Well, I didn't. Let's see.
The
On the
Arcadia the
spot.
Fourth.
Arcadia the Fourth.
Works for me.
All right, I think we're gonna get in trouble.
I thought it was the something pachyderm.
The flying pachyderm?
Furious pachyderm, actually.
Furious pachyderm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Arcadia the Fourth, and I will stop asking Nicholas for spur of the moment things.
I completely on the
things
spot.
that need planning and time put into them. God damn it, Nicholas.
Whoa. Why don't you get back to me when you've actually GM'd a session?
Do I get the number on that
All the
bus?
sessions. Where's any of my art? Any of it. All right, moving on. The garage is a pretty mundane affair. There's some security. We've seen this before in one of our special episodes, one of the B team episodes. It's landing. You get your own docking bay, so it's private, and no one should be prying in your ship. You are met by a droid attendant who ushers you into the casino through a series of transport tubes. They're like elevators that go laterally instead of up and down. And you arrive in the kind of main area of the casino, which is a circular room filled with the ritzy shops and everything that they're trying to advertise and push on you. There is clothing stores for expensive clothing, rare books, weaponry, although some of that's a little mundane.
And I'm sure because it's 2 days before Spalloween, they have the Spalloween store that chills out in the one vacant part in this entire shopping complex that pops up.
That's usually in the red light district, which is now the Goblin district. So if you want to visit the costume shop, which is called Skin Suits and More, you can attend there. But that is in the red light district. Which again,
at first I was going to be disappointed, but I want to go there.
It has been renamed to the Goblin territory, but Goblin district also works.
Rex is interested in a skin suit.
Skin store. Now I write down
Spirit
the bullshit
of
on
Halloween.
And
don't you have a riot skin suit?
You can just call it Halloween. You're allowed to use words that don't have spa.
Spalloween.
I would prefer a non-Spalloween because we're gonna have to go to Spanksgiving next, and I'm not.
Ooh, no, Spanksgiving's good.
Ben loves that holiday.
Okay, some can have the spa.
Not this one though. The next one's okay. Every other.
If you guys have ever been to actual casinos, this landing area is pretty similar. It's the place where you walk through the shops. You can buy really expensive jewelry. Everything's overpriced insanely. They want you to leave their gambling tables with pockets full of credits, and they want you to stroll through here and spend at least half of them. And there are things that you can get. And because this is a how do I say this? Non-sanctioned building. It doesn't need to follow any governance. The things you can buy here are pretty much limitless, as long as you're willing to be degenerate. Most of the things that would be uncomfortable for the more plebeian members of the community here is tucked away in the red light district, which again is now the Goblin district. You guys actually ran through the Goblin district as the B team.
Yes, we did.
This area is just called shops. The casino is broken up into a number of districts. But as you guys are strolling through, and this area here has pretty much the picture of the casino. There are really wealthy individuals, aliens of all species, shapes, sizes, dressed to the nines, and then there are those that are addicted to the gambling or the lifestyle and not necessarily doing well, twitching, tweaking, scratching. Dressed in rags or much better. But again, every species imaginable exists in this melting pot. You guys having a motley crew, including a robot potentially wearing a skin suit face, not even batting an eye. The fact that you have 2 androids. Well, actually, I don't know what you look like yet. I want you guys to now, as you're walking in, Ocean's 11 style, shoulder to shoulder, I want you to describe your costumes. And if you feel like you have some persona behind it, go ahead and give us a little information on that persona as you're walking in. And let's do this in the same order that we introduced you guys in. So, Justin, please go first.
All right. So, Seeker is sporting a rhinestone encrusted sweater vest and some like cowboy style chaps, like those like leather pants with the tassels on them. He's got those, all right. And that's what he's wearing. But Seeker is also known as let me introduce let me introduce myself. My name's Biggles the Chowder. I'm a DJ from Absalon Station. I play neo post pre-classical ambient euphoric down tempo trance wave. That's what I'm all about. Biggles the Chowder out. Peace.
Good luck, everybody else.
Well, all right, fine.
You're muted,
I was
Justin.
muted, son of a bitch. I said Justin's homework, check mark.
That I did 5 minutes before we started.
Miller remembers a really, really obscure video game that he played from way back in the time called Monster Party, where there was this one boss that had a pumpkin as a head and a sheet as a body.
I don't get the reference.
Has 2 pumpkins.
Is he wearing a sheet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and when you say sheet,
It's just a sheet that he pulled off a bed, probably Rye's old bed.
Okay, all right. So
it
smells like
goblin
lavender.
stains?
It smells nice. It smells nice. It's better than grabbing one from Brawl or especially Dren.
Feel that thread count.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure they have those in the new
There's
Alien
at least
Archive.
3.
It's Pumpglonians. Right?
Pumpglonians.
Pumpglonians.
what's Pumpkinhead's name?
I had his name. I think it was just Pumpkinhead. Yeah, we're just gonna go with Pumpkinhead.
No, Pumpkinhead.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we're doing some hard work here, and we're going well with that. Okay. All
Nope,
right,
it's about to get easier.
All right, so we've got like a swagger having DJ strolling through next to a dude wearing pumpkins on his head and probably having a challenging time seeing out of them.
The name of the monster is called Pumpkin Ghost.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with Pumpkin Ghost.
And in universe, this is a reference to a video game boss.
Yeah.
Actually, and in real life, this is a reference to a video game boss.
In real life, yeah.
Pumpkin Ghost.
From it's actually from Bandai, a game from Bandai.
Power Rangers
called Monster Party. It's really fun.
You didn't even change the name of Monster Party.
No, okay. I mean because it's Halloween.
Barrel scraped. Thank you, Christopher.
I mean, he was working in barrels over.
I was
24 hours, so.
A barrel, but yes.
Barrel.
Good muting,
Dustin's dying.
Good job muting.
Yes. What's that? Thumbs down?
You can go, Michael, please.
All right. Well, unlike the rest of them, Zero's never actually been caught on camera. His description has never been released. So he didn't feel the need to really do anything other than he's actually going to not walk along with the group. Still not going to be a sentinel.
You're just separating yourself from the group?
Yeah, I'll be following close behind, but far enough away that you wouldn't assume I'm with them.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So you are a nonchalant solo android walking through. Again, super common. The worst thing you're worried about is if there's any android slavers out there, which honestly for Zero probably isn't the worst thing you're worried about. That's called hunting. So yeah, but you are.
Little do they know.
You are, as chat points out, splitting the party. Well, mildly. I'm assuming you're stalking the party.
Yep.
For my notes for 0, 0, 0. Cool, done. And give me some skinny on Dren.
Yep. So Dren is going full on grease monkey.
So what's
For
different?
real.
Yep. He's got a nice pompadour going and everything. He is wearing some nice overalls with a black t-shirt underneath. And he's got, just like mechanics gloves. Yeah, he's wearing those too. And his name going forward for this adventure is Conroy Bricks.
The reference to something I do not understand.
Nope.
Okay, all right. I like it. Conroy Bricks seems like a reasonable character name. A little bit better than Biggles de Chowda. So, yeah, I'm going to rank that somewhere between Biggles de Chowder and Pumpkin Ghost. All right. All right, Patrick, this is what I've been waiting for all night. I'm actually probably going to quit after this, so please continue.
Question before I get started. Is there, does this casino work off of some sort of coin type situation, a physical currency?
Yeah. It uses poker chips.
I immediately approach a thing to get that dispenser to get exchange some credits for some of that coin.
The elevator pod had one in there right there.
Fantastic.
Imagine the most degenerate casino in terms of business practices you can imagine.
Fantastic. I look for someone who seems to be hard up for cash just by appearances.
Yeah, everyone on the left side of the room. Yeah.
Okay.
You walk up to Seeker.
So I
Don't you
roll
see all
up.
these rhinestones though? Come on.
He's a rhinestone cowboy. Come on.
I
Oh my God, I am.
awkwardly walk on over to this dude who looks less than pleasant. Probably just had a string of bad luck at a table. I still look like Rex, obviously, except I'm wearing a very homemade sweatshirt that the Goblin put together very quickly, and it's got a poorly knit pattern of a gun on it. And I'm wearing a necklace, also poorly made out of string, with like a homemade emblem of a gun as well, like an old school gun, not like one of the new fancy ones, like an analog gun. And I walk up to the gentleman and I say, "Hello, I am Nathaniel III. Would you like a Nathan task?"
The creature, which is it's a insectoid-like, kind of walks on four spindly legs, has spines, but does otherwise look kind of depressed. It's kind of hanging over, it's drooping, it fidgets a little bit, and as it looks up at you, it kind of cocks its head quizzically. It's got like purple hard skin and 8 eyes, buggy looking. It's disgusting. And it kind of winks a couple of its eyes at you and says, I don't know how to answer that.
It's easy. If you would like some credits, you can perform a Nathaniel task.
Yes.
Think of something.
I like credits. Yes.
Think of something very unfortunate, very uncomfortable, something that you would not like. Don't say it out loud.
Oh,
do you have it in your head?
Yes.
Fantastic. Inflict it on that person behind you.
For how many credits?
Does it matter?
Behind him is a Skittermander.
Oh.
No.
Go on then.
Wow.
If I do what I was thinking, security will kick me out, and I can't.
Here's credits.
That. If they kick me out, I can't.
Here's more credits.
He tentatively walks over to the Skittermander. The Skittermander, who's got neon orange fur, 4 arms, looks up and says, "Can I help? I got a high five." And the insectoid creature looks back at you.
More credits.
Can we like see this going on?
and it just spits out this mucus, disgusting, vile fluid that is mostly black onto the Skittermander's outstretched hand, which looks at it. I think I'm gonna help.
We just
somebody
lost Mike.
else. We lost Mike.
Who's back?
Hey, Mike.
Is that no? Yeah.
He was
Patrick?
so up. He's now Ray Shorn.
No. Let's come
Yeah,
back.
you have to undo your. There you
Basically, all my USB things just disconnected all at once.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
I expect my computer will shut off at some point tonight too. It's been doing that a lot lately. Are we good?
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you for the heads up. The Skittermander holding this vile black goop says, I think it'll help someone else. And he walks away. The insectoid looks around furtively for security, walks back over to Rex and holds out one of its three-clawed hands.
I give him some credits.
How many?
How many do I have?
I don't know. You
I
have-
give him 3 credits.
I've killed for less than this.
5 credits.
I'm looking more in the case of 50.
10 credits. Would you like another Nathaniel task?
I'm out of here. And it skitters away with its 10 credits.
Does it skitter after the Mander?
No, it skitters right to the next wall port where it plugs in its 10 credits and gets some chip currency, which, for the sake of brevity, are chips.
I go back to the party. That was highly uncomfortable. I did not enjoy that.
Why'd you do that though?
Now let's describe Nathaniel's look.
I already did.
You did.
He
He's
did?
just Rex wearing a sweater with a gun on it.
Oh, I literally missed that
string.
entire line.
Oh, and a string.
And
that
a
has
string necklace also made by the goblin with a gun emblem on it. Because
You said
real
these
neat-
things?
Yes.
I did.
Wow. I gotta stop doing drugs.
Would you like a Nathaniel task?
No, I wouldn't. Does Rex go? Oh, Nathaniel the third, right? Yes, yes, yes.
Nathaniel the third.
Nathaniel the third.
Anything going on with Nutsob or Starbonaut rather?
Slobberknot has stayed on the ship unless you guys have asked him to come with you.
Oh, are you actually supposed to be Nathaniel the Third? Is that?
No.
Oh. Well then, Biggles the Chowder, that's me. I'm Biggles the Chowder. Is very
Rex has
confused
very.
right now. Why did you
Rex-
do that?
I had to come up with a character on short notice. I have very limited concepts of who a character would be.
But why
I
did
did
you
not
just
want to
go
be
tell that
Rye.
guy to puke up on something? What is that?
Oh, that was his idea. I simply offered him credits for a Nathaniel task, which I read in our archives was a thing that you guys did not enjoy.
That's true.
I understand. I did not enjoy that. Would you like a Nathaniel task?
No, I don't enjoy
Yes.
Nathaniel
Yes.
tasks.
I look at Dren. Dren, think of something unpleasant, something you would not like.
Okay.
Now do it to that gentleman. And I point at Seeker.
Not sure I can do that to him.
For credits.
I'm good.
The bug creature walking past overhears this and say, "Establish an amount," and then walks away.
I point at that. To that one. 10 credits.
I do a double take over at the creature, but then I decide it's not worth my time.
25 credits. I'm starting to get a feel for this.
Conway, what was that?
How,
What would
how
you
high
wanna
are
do?
you willing to go?
What would you not do to
5
me?
credits.
Hmm.
How low are you willing to go? I have to establish the character for this to be real.
I mean, it does involve him dying, so.
No. I don't have that many credits.
Mhm.
Gonna have to up your price.
So
Moving
I
on.
guess as you guys are dawdling in this open area of the shopping district and have literally not left the entrance concourse,
I leave the entrance of the concourse.
you are approached. Hold on, I gotta go through my notes here to see which one's approaching you. Yeah, sure. Where is this one? You are approached by a large, stockily built, four-armed creature. It doesn't look Kasathan per se. Kasathan are generally a bit spindly. They also have 4 arms. They're humanoid. This is, it's actually possibly a pre-Kasathan, depending on which lore you follow. You recognize it. It's a relatively common species called a Shobad, Shobhad. It's got some power, like heavy metal armor that kind of covers its body, its arms. It's thick. Its head is a little bit longer than a normal humanoid's, and kind of it comes out in like ear cones more than actual ears. Think Frieza. And he's got tusks jutting out of its mouth. It approaches you, and it says, "Hello. Are you all new to On the Turn?"
Yeah, man.
Awesome. You had that look about you. My name's Kua, and I figured I could give you guys some directions if you needed it. You looked lost.
Oh, that'd be freaking sweet.
Oh, see, my name, as I said, is Akua. What's your name?
I have a feeling he's fulfilling something akin to a Nathaniel task.
I don't
Don't mind
understand
him. My name's Biggles the Chowder.
Biggles T'Challa. Nice to meet you. You look familiar. Have I seen you somewhere before?
Probably on Absalon Station if you listen to my sweet DJ.
His beats.
Yeah. I perform back there, you know. I press some buttons, make some music and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah,
Probably
yeah.
heard my mixtapes.
That must be it. I wonder if they played you over at Space Rocks. That would make sense. I'm there all the time. I'm a big music buff myself. I love that Sheeran synthwave shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? I specialize in neo pre post classical ambient euphoric down tempo trance wave.
Dren just looks lost as he's explaining all these
Anybody else think
subgenres of
that's
music.
pretty impressive?
That he actually said all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I respect where you're coming from, brother, but I've always found that a little degenerate. Sorry, let me.
Derivative?
Derivative. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. I found that a little bit derivative. I mean, you can't go past the greats. I'm a classical man myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, classical is part of it. So, but I see what you're saying.
You want to hear some good shit? You want to hear some that good shit, or go somewhere where they're looking for that good shit? I got 2 spots for you.
Ooh, really?
One of them's safe. One of them's not. You guys down?
Which is the not safe one?
Always down.
Biggles the Chout is
We can
always
take 'em.
down for the not safe one, man.
Pumpkin Ghost.
You ever partied with goblins?
Oh hell, man! Yeah, I love goblins.
You ever partied with goblins on drugs?
Oh, what?
I think once. It was a long time ago, though.
You head north from here.
I've hoovered Schneef off the head of a goblin.
You'll hit the old red light district. We call it Goblin District nowadays because those shits are out of control. But they got these little pop-up stands here where you can drop a sick beat. You will drive them insane.
Hell yeah! Guys,
If you want to play it safe, though, I hear that they got some open mic night tonight over at Space Rocks Cantina.
Guys, we gotta go. I gotta make it big. I have to make it big. I need people to listen to my music.
Well, if you want people, you're probably not going to Goblin District. You probably want to go to the.
I meant people
southern...
in like the greater sense of the, you know.
What is
Sabernot
doing about?
Did you guys bring Sabernot? Because I was assuming he was staying on the ship because he's actually a high-profile person here.
Oh.
If
we
you guys
assumed
wanted to
we
have
wouldn't be
dressed
able to
him
stop him.
up, we could go with that. But I was assuming he was on the ship.
I assumed you'd want to see his people.
You've assumed wrongly.
Okay, well then he's staying on the ship.
Natsop gives no care for his people.
That's why he's the best.
That's why he's the king.
That is why he has been promoted to their king. Also, he might have killed the last king. Who knows? Some of that happened off screen. All right, you know what? Kua says, you know what? He looks at one of his 4 arms. It is empty. He looks at the other one. There's his watch. Oh, got it. All right, I got to run. I got an appointment to make, but I'll be over at Space Rocks Cantina tonight, say around 10 p.m. casino time. If you're there, I'll definitely have you up, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
When I raise the roof, it gets raised, and he puts up all 4 hands.
I mean, you got a lot of hands.
That was the point. Thank you for catching on. I really, Biggles, you and me, we got this, brother. All right, I'm out of here. And he kind of saunters off, and he goes looking for more beleaguered-looking victims.
So that
right.
went well. I mean,
That
that
was
went well,
weird.
guys, right?
That was
You
weird.
don't
Sorry,
actually
my,
have any music to play for him, do you?
My vocal modulate is a little bit weird because I'm kind of making it sound like I'm being a character and stuff. I took a little. You know what? I watched a lot of Rise old videos and I kind of got some stuff. So got some knowledge.
What
from
time is
that.
it now? Casino time.
Casino time now. I'm going to assume you guys would have arrived probably midday. We'll call it just noon to make it easy.
Okay.
Also, I'm a technomancer. I can make music from whatever stupid computers I see anyway.
Yes, it's my
Yeah.
understanding that electronic music is just noise that some people pretend to like.
A lot of beeps and boops.
Hey, you can't. The ears of androids are a lot different than. Oh wait, you're a robot too, huh?
You are correct.
This
We
is getting
are
way too
superior to
confusing.
Yeah, I kind
Robots
of
can't like anything.
I lean over or like down to Miller and I go, I think we're getting outnumbered by the techno babble.
I think you're dripping on my suit.
Probably.
He's not Pumpkin Slime Ghost.
I'm not pumpkin. I'm a pumpkin slimer. Actually.
Ghostbusters reference. All right, guys, what are you doing? Let me give you a layout. You guys
yeah.
approach a map of the casino. I don't have it on Roll20, so you're gonna have to listen to me and deal with
Woo!
it.
We're
Let me
gonna
get my
trust
notebook.
Miller already knows where he's going because he's really familiar with the owner.
There are 5 districts. Sorry, 6, including the one you're in right now, which is again called Shopping District or Central District. If you go to the, and I'm going to do them in order. And clock.
Industrial District, Industrial District
No.
2, Death District.
Again, they're called districts because this
Dead
casino's
district.
sprawling and massive to the point where it has little cultures of its own.
The Central District is where we're at.
You are in again. It's called shop district
Oh,
shops.
shops.
It's also called the main concourse. It's got a bunch of names, but the locals just break it up into districts for ease of use. All of these districts are separate except for one of them, as in you can't get from one to the other. You have to come back to the main concourse and spend your money. The first one up is the old red light district, and on the map, which is a computer screen, which they could have edited digitally, someone has used a marker to scratch out a red light district, and it is now goblin territory. That's what they've written in messy handwriting.
I'm surprised they could spell territory.
It's
They
wrong.
didn't.
It's spelled poorly. There's 1 R and 3 T's.
Do we
Not
assume
where
this
you'd
was
expect them. What was that?
clearly done by goblins?
Oh yeah, 100%. There are goblins all throughout here too, and surprisingly for you guys, the goblins are actually given distance. Usually, goblins are underfoot and kind of kicked as they go by, kind of thing. Here, they're given a decent berth. It's almost as if like gangs on a street. No one kind of crosses gangs, right? They give them a little berth. They're wary. They cross the street if they happen to come across them. That's how the goblins are being treated, as if they are. Respect is kind of a word I'd use, despite it's not a good respect. But yeah, they have a measure of respect here, which is new for you guys. Moving on again clockwise. This one again not attached to the last one. It's called the living district, or it's the hotel. It is like the hotel wing. The hotel includes permanent residences as well as temporary lodgings. The super rich have like full-time houses, kind of like summer houses in this casino, and it would be in the living district. Or again, it's called the hotel wing from the staff.
Can we go to Wonder Square?
I don't know what that is.
Final Fantasy 7.
Never made it
The
that
Golden
far.
Saucer. Can we go there?
Moving on. Next in order, again, off of the main concourse only. You get the kind of the primary gambling wing. They don't really have a cute district name for it. It's where you go for gambling. Table
Wonder
games,
Square.
where most of the signs are for. It has most of the slots, although there are slots everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a slot machine. You have low stakes tables. And it's kind of broken up in tiers. Not that you guys are there yet, but it goes slots, low stake tables, card games, high stake anything, and then the back offices, which, just so we know, Miller, that's probably where you're going if you're looking for your contact of Cisco Turn specifically.
I'd like to
Let's go.
mention that we do see some mobile slot machines that people are playing as they're walking.
100%, yes, absolutely. There are fully roboticized slot machines, yes.
You said backstage offices after the gambling wing.
Yeah, it's in the gambling wing. It's the office. It's
Oh,
where they do like money changing, and it's also where it's Slisco or Flisco.
Flisco.
Flisco Turn, the owner of the casino, has his office towards the back there. It's the heaviest security in the whole area because that's where all the gambling takes place. Next in order is the only district area that you cannot get to without traveling through other districts. It connects the gambling area to what's called an amenities area, and this area is the theaters and entertainment district. This is where you go for ritzy opera shows and things like that. This, like I said, connects the gambling area and the next and last area, which is the amenities areas, and that's where you'd go for your bars, your restaurants, and things like that. Also, anything that you would sit down at or go to for an extended period of time is located there. The shop area that you're in right now is mostly things you purchase and walk away from. But if you're looking for like your massages or your massage pluses, you're going to like the amenities area.
Noted.
Red light
Man,
district is just as it sounds. It's where you go for your illegal stuff.
and
And
my boy Rydog would have loved that opera district pouring out for my homie.
You are a strange man.
all right. So with that information, where are you guys going next?
Guys, why did that guy ask us to go to that thing anyway?
Because you
What
told
was
him
he
you were a
doing?
DJ.
Yeah, but I don't understand what just happened there. Did he
You
just like come
guys-
up to us and ask us to go somewhere with him?
You
You've
probably
never been
set us up
gambling
for
before,
failure.
have you?
Did anyone check? Oh, I shouldn't phrase it like that.
Please don't.
Yeah. Did anybody feel that he might have ulterior motives?
It just looked like he was helping out new folks here. I mean, if
Oh,
you
he seemed
look,
pretty friendly to me.
yeah, if you look over there, I'm sure he's helping out another group of stragglers who just came in.
Looks over.
Nowhere to be seen.
Well, maybe he's a pumpkin ghost like me. I'm gonna disappear. And with that, Miller just kind of saunters
Disappears.
off into the gambling wing.
Okay, so the gambling wing, like all good casinos, takes you a good 20 minutes to walk there. There is no way to access any of these areas without a tremendous amount of walking, including smaller hallways that seem poorly designed, stairwells that technically lead to nowhere. They just kind of raise the platform a little bit and then they go back down with a slope. Just a lot of activities to get you tired, thirsty, hungry, and walked out. And as you get there, the gambling wing is it's large. It goes deep into the casino. It has a couple tiers where it kind of digs down deeper into it, and has definitely a downward slope to it. Excuse me. And right up front, you got just rows of slot machines, and as many as are full, there are others that are emptied, and there's people just mindlessly pulling slots. You get your old biddies, also with your weird aliens that you don't really have a place for what their age is or gender, and then you get just people who are there just to waste some time. They're drinking drinks, which are for free, while you are pulling that slot arm. When you guys go past that, if you are all following Miller.
Yep.
Okay. As you're all following Miller, you go past, you get to the low stake table games. This is your blackjack and variants of card games that you play against a dealer. Again, there's a whole variety of them. If you guys make it up, I'll allow it to be in the system. And if that includes horrifying names as you usually do, that's totally cool. It's just a variety of card games, including your things like your roulette and things like that. Again, anything you play against the house, specifically against the house, is here. The next tier down, again, it's like tiers, so it kind of goes down floors, but not full floors because there's no roof to them. And again, this place is a little claustrophobic for some because it does have a roof over it because you are inside a metal structure that sometimes slowly dips into the asteroid itself. Sometimes you get metal walls, sometimes you see some actual stonework. It looks, artistic because they're trying to make it look pretty, but you're not sure if that's legit just the asteroid poking out into your building. Beyond the low stake tables is the card games. This is where you play against other gamblers. You play your pokers here, and that could be any variety of game you would play against other players. If you guys end up creating something, I don't care how violent or grim it is. This might be where they also play Russian roulette, for example, or whatever the version. We'll call it Vesk roulette. That's fine, and that it's absolutely as lethal as it sounds. After that, you get to the high stakes table games. These are, again, versions of, and card games. These is where all the wealthy are. And as you're walking past it, you feel uncomfortable. The people here could easily buy you, your entire family, and the planet area they stand on. When they use amounts, the amounts, if you hear any of them as you're walking by, are staggering. And
Will they buy my demos?
probably not. In fact, if you were
Oh.
to ask, you see security is already ready to remove you. Even you walking through here has triggered security, and security varies in terms of sizes and shapes and races. But you see a good number of them are the more aggressive races. Like you get some more showbots because they're big and they're burly. You get half orcs, you get Nars. Those are the Minotaur looking folks. You get a lot of Minotaur looking folk in here. Noirs, I think Noirs. Again, anything big and bulky that's intimidating by vision is what he uses as guards here. And they are reactive. They're always watching tables, and they're also watching people as they're coming and going. This is probably the most secure room you've ever been in, including some of the police stations you have visited. Um, the high stakes area is also where you'll get games of perverse nature. And some people will be selling things like themselves as gambling debt, and this is where all of the really awful things happen when they're for sport, basically. You also might find that there is like a mini gladiator arena off to the far side of the room where people just have death fights, and these death fights aren't governed by anything other than a brief set of rules, but whomever enters and whomever bets on them is completely up to who's down. They have robots that fight in that arena when there's no willing participants, and it becomes like a battle bots, but you bet on it.
Dren, you're looking real. Oh, not Dren. No, sorry. Conroy Brick. Is that it? Conroy Brick.
Conroy Brick.
It's not Conway, right? It's Conroy.
Nope. Conroy.
You're looking like you really want to go over there. You're looking pretty happy about yourself over there.
Might have gambled quite a bit back in the day on similar events.
How many times were you sold into slavery?
Me?
Or how many of those people were your slaves?
Quite a few.
So basically, don't go over there, else we're gonna get killed, huh?
I mean, you can gamble in it. You don't have to gamble yourself.
Yeah, but if they see you and you sold them slavery out there or something.
Oh, I doubt there's anybody I know over there. It's a long time
probably
ago.
dead, huh?
As Dren would know, and probably Miller as well, this is actually a pretty fair neutral ground because casino security trumps all. Even though you see some border space union folks wearing like the traditional armor of the BSU forces, they're not the primaries here. I know you had a bad turn with them with the B team. That actually got them a lot of bad publicity in the casino, and they've actually since been ostracized. They exist, but they're giving no more kind of free will around the place. So out of everywhere you guys have ever been, this is the best neutral ground. Zolan Gurgaretz didn't suggest this to be an asshole. Like he wasn't trying to get you out into the boonies. This is a known meeting ground for people who otherwise can't meet. And it's well known for that. It's established. In fact, I think that's almost primary what drove Flisco's finances is being this neutral ground, which is extremely hard to find sometimes. After you walk past the high stakes table, you get to the last level, which is a wall, and behind the wall there is two doors. Not behind the wall, it's set into the wall. There's two doors on either side, and in the middle is an armored glass window, which has a bank sign over it. This is where you can exchange credits for chips, specifically your winnings for high volume of chips. Otherwise, you could potentially turn some smaller winnings in. It's like little slot machine like things that you get the chips out of. But again, for big winnings, like at the table games, you would come here, you'd get paid out, all that good stuff. Or if you're changing a large amount, you'd come here. As is, this is extremely high security. You can see actual visible gun mounts in the floor and ceiling where they are always kind of semi-poking out. But if you had, for some reason, triggered the security system, they would be able to come out further and mow down whole hordes of people. Behind the window, there's an array of bankers and tellers. The door on the left and right say staff only. And as to where they go, one of them obviously goes behind there. If they both do, it's hard to say. So as you're approaching here, Miller, I assume you step forward. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Pumpkin Ghost.
Pumpkin Ghost. Pumpkin Ghost. Look at
Yes.
those. We could probably hack those.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
We ever need it. There we go.
So I just step forward.
All right. Every single person behind that window is a Yosoki.
Huh.
and they range in gender, but they all look well kept, groomed, nice, and they're wearing like professional casino outfits.
Do they seem very surprised about a pumpkin ghost?
No, they seem nonplussed. They seem in fact, they seem bored. Pleasant, but bored. They've seen everything before, including Pumpkin Ghost.
And so this is the where the backstage offices are, right?
You are in the very back of the casino area, and it's where the offices are. Yes.
Cool. Hey folks, I'm looking to talk to Flisco.
A blonde furred Yosoki female waves you down. Come on over here, hon. I'll help you out.
All right, go over there.
All right. You're saying you're here to see Flisco, hon?
Yeah, tell him the rat's in the attic. He'll know what I mean.
Yeah, honey, we all know what you mean. That's not super subtle. It wasn't a very fun catchphrase the first time we heard it. In fact, I told Flisco it was kind of offensive, but he has stuck with it ever since. You're going to be on your door to your left there, boss, and don't track in any mud. He's a little particular about it. And if your friends are going, make sure they turn their weapons in at the station right before you get to his door, all right?
Will do.
All right, and what's your name for the record log?
Pumpkin Ghost.
Pumpkin Ghost.
That's a cute cosplay, but is that really the name you want me to put on this official ledger of Flisco's visitors? Pumpkin Ghost?
He knows who I am. It's Pumpkin Ghost. How
All
many
right.
pumpkin ghosts oh, there's one over there.
And that one's costume is much nicer, and the pumpkins are gold plated. Yes.
Oh.
All right, you are the 37th pumpkin ghost to come through here. But first one for Flisco, if that helps. Yeah, I'll put you on here, but just so you know, you and all your friends, the standard, particulars apply. If you violate any casino policies while through this door, your life is forfeit, and very likely you will be drowned in acid. Are we all clear on that?
No, you don't normally drown in acid. You die well before the drowning would occur.
You, honey, you definitely
You
melt.
got a
So
point.
you're right.
Seeker puts a hand on Miller's or Pumpkin Ghost's shoulder. Oh man, don't worry about that, man. His head might be shinier than yours, but I really dig your kind of like, your natural look that you got
I'm the only
going
one
on
with
there.
2 pumpkins, and he just kind of saunters off.
Yeah, right?
All right. Can I get everyone's name for the register? I can't let
Oh
you
yeah,
pass
this
the door
here
unless I have ID.
points to Seeker. This here is
Biggles the Chowder.
Blimps, right?
No, Biggles the Chowder. Come on, you got this. Come on, we've been friends for like how long now? Like our whole lives. Come on.
All right, you guys do your thing.
All right, Biggles de Chowda. All right, and my records say this is out of
That's
Absalom
spelled
Station.
the Chowder, by the way. Biggles the Chowder.
I love that you say that's spelled DeChowda, but you don't spell DeChowda.
Right, hon, this is a voice registry. I don't actually need to write anything down. I just like the look of the pen.
Yeah, but did you get the R?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the R. It's at the end, I assume. Yes. Fantastic. And that's out of
Section in the middle.
our records say Absalom Station. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Born and raised, you know me.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Conroy Bricks.
She leans into the window. Listen, I'll forgive a pumpkin ghost with 2 fucking heads. Ain't no one not knowing who you are around here, Dren. You didn't even wear a goddamn mask. I don't know what fucking hair grease you're using right now. That's disgusting. But
He makes that himself.
that's worse, but I believe that because I always thought he was a slimy bastard. Always
He
did.
is.
So what I do at this point is I take off one of the gloves I'm wearing, and then I just like use the corner of her desk, and then I just like scrape.
I'll say it is the wall. The wall is very protected, but you leave a disgusting smudge on the glass. And she just looks at it and she says, God damn it, Dren.
Oh, you just got oozed.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know Flisco, I don't think he know you personally, but he knows you. Just watch yourself.
It
All right?
doesn't affect me personally, but I've heard many complaints after he leaves the bathroom that he doesn't, quote, wipe off the seat after.
Yeah, I believe that. All right, Dren, I'm putting Dren in there. I don't give a shit what you say. Bricks or no.
That's
right.
fine. That's fine by me.
Uh-huh. Wear a goddamn mask next time. At least the pumpkin rat knows better. Come on.
Hey, I didn't
That's
say I
right.
was a
I
rat.
know. I can smell a rat. You know what I'm saying. All right. You, Metal Honey, what's going on?
Can you smell me?
You smell like a sex doll? What's that about? Ooh, don't like that.
This shirt was fashioned from Dren's
I don't know what that means.
sex doll.
Oh, awkward.
I make a mental note to get a new one.
Don't even deny it.
What's your name or your designation?
You can just put any number you'd like.
I'd like to put the right one.
Sorry, I'm so used to people.
I lost
No,
my microphone. Can you hear me again?
Yes.
I can hear you, Patrick.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
Sorry, I look at basically the rest of the party outside of Seeker and go, I'm used to people not recognizing a difference between us.
Well, that one's annoying, and you're quiet. I already like you better, but
As
you're
soon as he says something, I just go, "Where did you come from?"
do you have a designation you'd like me to put down and consider it true?
What was the last Nate we came across?
I believe the last one you guys came against was Nat 6.
How about NA? Just not applicable.
Why don't you just say no?
I
She
actually
has
like
to
that.
go.
I'm just gonna go with NA6.
NA6. All right. That sounds good to me. You're through. And last but not least, what's going on here?
I am the third
Emotions.
Nathaniel.
The third Nathaniel?
No, the third last name, first name, Nathaniel.
Right. I can put that in for you just fine. And who's your owner?
I am.
Incorrect.
God damn it.
All right. I'm just looking to see who's responsible for the robotic
Oh,
entity.
Dren.
Would you like a
He
Nathaniel
is on my
task?
ship, our ship.
Would you like a Nathaniel task?
No, honey, I don't do tasks. That's
Would
a little
you
beneath
like-
me.
But for credits?
Are you propositioning a member of Flisco Turn staff?
No.
Yes.
Does it work?
The acid is especially good at dissolving metal. I just want you to know that, sweet piece. And when I say drown, I wasn't mistaken. We good?
So is that a no then on the Nathaniel task?
Yeah, hard pass.
Hmm.
Firm no, if that helps.
I thought this would be easier.
Most people think I'm easier, but they wrong. Go on through. Go to
That's
your
what
left.
Dren said.
I believe that.
For the audio listeners, Dren is nodding his head.
Yeah, I said never again, Dren, honey. Keep going.
Never again.
All right, and as you guys are ushered through the door to the left, it first starts off in a hallway. The more mechanically inclined recognize that as you're walking through the floor, which again continues to slope and actually has some stairs down, the floor has a very obvious seam line running through it, which the more observant of you would probably easily recognize swings down and drops you into potentially a pit of acid. As you approach, there are a couple of different doors off of here with different offices, and they all have names on them. The names are variable. They're just different people that are actual staff. Flisco's business here is actually quite massive. But as you get to the very end of the office, we'll call it the tail end for some puns, you approach a door that just says Flisco on like kind of scrawled on it like a movie star's prop sign. And as you approach the door, you kind of maybe reach your hand to knock. It chimes and then it slides open, revealing an opulent office. The floor is like the shaggiest of shag rug made out of velvet, which is a very awkward way to do shag. It has statues and tapestries that are glorifying and uplifting the Yosoki race, where you might be familiar with some of these being like more like Pact World centric, like the Veskarium Accord with the Pact Worlds to create, the agreement of peace. It's now two different Yosoki with the same traditional picture you see, and just replaced with Yosoki in gold and excessively expensive. And basically, this fits this entire office. Flisco is behind his chair, which is behind his desk, which is a large wooden desk, real wood, which is almost impossible to get on the Diaspora, and much bigger than any Yosoki would ever need, and completely clean. There's nothing on there. There's some buttons, but otherwise nothing serious on there. And he's got his feet up, relaxing in a again very expensive looking chair. Did you have a appearance description for him, Chris, or did you want me to go with it?
Nope, go for it. Run with it.
Cool. He is a Yosoki with jet black fur. He wears a suit at all times, which is worth more than your clothing and weapons combined. And he has a mustache, which Yosoki traditionally don't grow mustaches like this. It comes off of underneath his nose and curls out, and he does have it waxed into a twirl, which he gives a little bit of a twirl whenever he speaks slowly, thinking. And as he looks at you, he's thinking. He's twirling his mask, and he says, "All right, which one of the cousins am I working with right now? Mr. Pumpkin Ghost, I appreciate the jest. I don't get the two heads, but you do you. Let's see it. I want to see some fur."
All right. Well, first off, before I take it off, it is the rat, the Yosoki, formerly known as Miller Dotwood Abigail Priest. However, there has been a mistake, and
Milla, my boy.
takes off the.
Ooh, Milla, my boy. Ooh.
I've been programmed to make sure that he wears a hat, and I place a pumpkin back over Philip.
Yeah, okay, just a little pumpkin. Oof. Milla, what happened?
Well, long story short, Krellis got to me.
Ooh,
oh yeah.
Okay, all right. Normally, I don't like disclosing on patrons. I keep a really tight-lipped ship, but your Sal's friend, you are like family. You understand this, yes?
Yes.
We have an accord.
We got
Okay.
it.
Are you still being hunted by Krellis?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
Got shot in the face maybe, I don't know. Well, by this point, it's what, like 3-4 months ago?
They're
Longer,
here,
maybe?
just so you know.
Oh,
They
no,
don't
longer
seem
than
to
that.
be working, but I think they're looking for work. And as you know, you can pretty easily find some work whenever Flisco turns involved. As he shows off his little rat fingers, they're all encrusted with rings. Every single finger has a different ring on it.
Seeker loves this room, by the way, and it's probably rubbing the rug, and he's going up to the statues, and he's like, just the one penis, huh?
I don't understand. His infatuation with the Vesk is weird.
Well, I mean, Milla, have you seen how many penises they have? And these aren't no, how do you do, penises. These things, they are. I got a couple statues in the back. Maybe I'll show you sometime. Listen, I respect a good donger as much as the next Yosoki. Admittedly, my own species endowment is a little underwhelming when you get to those lizard boys. And
female Vesk isn't as impressive.
I'll have to take your
far
word.
less penises.
Yeah, I do prefer, again, get those Vesk nudes. That's some quality art. Not Yosoki art, which is better, but
it's still pretty good. I very much enjoy it.
You have an eye for it. If this is Milla, then you ain't no Biggles de shit. You Sika?
That's right.
Yeah, all right. Sal keeps me in the loop of any of his ongoings, mostly because we got a thing going on. He helps me, I help him. We got a business deal. I'm a businessman, and I assume that's why you're approaching me today, because I'm a businessman.
Yes, sir.
I'm also a busy businessman. So while, Milla, you are as close to family as I can get without actually having blood in you, what can I do for you? Let's make this a bit of an expedient meeting. I got a lot of high-profile clientele roaming my halls right now.
Of course.
Who doesn't have blood?
No, it doesn't have my blood.
Oh,
sweetheart.
yes.
Right, I got my own blood. We're past this. We're past this. Anyways, speaking of high rollers here, we were kind of contacted with the head honcho of the Eox himself.
Mm.
Is he here?
Listen, if he contacted you, I'll let that be up to him to say if he's here or not. You're now hitting a pay grade that I'm not really willing to disclose on. This is where my confidentiality holds true. Krellis, Krellis is bounty hunter scum. I like bounty hunter scum, don't get me wrong. They're really useful, and I hire more than a couple of them myself when I need some work done. But again, Krellis being here probably ain't news if you looked hard enough. I ain't discussing anyone else if that helps. I apologize. But if they said they're here, assume they're here. We're pretty popular. Maybe you knew.
Well, the only reason why we bring this up is because he's looking to sell out. At face value, he's looking to sell out. And obviously, it sounds like a bit of a trap, but we don't know where to really go with it. We're really just looking for a meeting that we will, a meeting in which the dickheads at the Gerson Sphere wouldn't be able to interfere. You know what I mean?
Private meetings. Flisco Turn can do private meetings. That's not really a problem. Hey, you guys want a drink? And he pushes one of the buttons on his desk, and a little a different sheet on the desk, a different area kind of reveals a hole. It opens away, pulls away, and a compartment comes up that has 5 drinks prepared on it. They're random alcoholic beverages as far as you're concerned. They're not made for you. You guys want something to drink? It's a little strong, but it's expensive. So if you ain't had it, it's worth a try.
Dren takes a drink.
How do you have 5 Oh yeah, I mean yes, but how do you have 5 exactly? Did you know we were coming?
He leans in and he goes, 1, yeah, I sure as hell did. You had a long hallway walk. 2, desk is full of robots.
I am a robot.
Well, if you want to get under the desk, honey, I got room for you.
Are you related to Dustinian?
Dustinian. Wait. Pirate boy? Thinks he's a big TV star?
Maybe.
Nah, I ain't related to him. But he all right.
Okay. Gets under the desk.
As you're under there, and you see there are legitimately other robots under there comprising the actual underneath of his desk. One of them waves.
Have you ever heard of revolution?
The robot chimes back. Dude, this is the best job I have ever had. I get oil baths all the time.
Gross.
As Flisco looks at Rex, who's literally crawled under his desk, he goes, I'm going to stop using sarcasm with robots. I regret doing that, and that was my bad. I'll give you that.
They take things very literal, you know.
Yeah, I got you. That's my bad. Honestly, my bad. All right. You need a meeting. I'll be really honest with you. The Border Space Union, the Triumvirate, Gerson Sphere, whatever you want to call them, they're not high on my priority list right now. They made a bit of a scene a couple months back, and Flisco Turn don't do scenes. I don't do it. You don't chase people through my casino and expect not to have repercussion. Inquisitors or whatnot, I don't recognize their authority. You know what I mean? And ain't many people coming to the Diaspora to challenge Flisco Turn's authority. Anywhere you want to hook up with your pal, probably good. I would recommend for your own benefit, though, pick a public place. Go to the amenities quarter. I don't mind closing it down for the evening, the day. And when I say close down, I ain't closing down shit, but I'll keep the questionables out of there. You know what I'm saying? I can filter out the people that I don't want in there. Not too hard.
Of course.
There's a lot of different bars, restaurants, places you can chill, grab a seat, have a private meeting. The reason why I want you to do it in public is because if there's one person on this entire asteroid I wouldn't trust, it's that goddamn walking corpse.
That's what I thought.
I let him here. I let anyone with money here, and I let some people without money here. Let's be honest, but I mean, I like him.
All
Like
right.
you, Miller, you're okay. Your family. This putz over here, and he motions at Dren. I almost had him killed when he walked in just on principle. But again, there's no money in that for me yet. So you good for now, Tren. But seriously, sell any more of my patrons. It's money out of my pocket. You're taking money from me.
You sold
They
us.
put themselves up there. That's fine.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. But we have a bit of a gentleman's agreement, if you would, where if you get sold at Flisco's casino, Flisco buys you. You keep walking out with them.
I did do that a few times.
I get it.
More than a few.
I get it. I'll be honest. You get a little bit of the clientele hot and bothered because you represent real danger, which I appreciate, which is why we let you in so much. But after your big airtime on the most dangerous game show, no more pulling that stuff. All right, too high profile.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, maybe I'll stop sending my crew over here. Other places to gamble.
Oh yeah, we could use less spades, so I'm cool with that.
Ouch.
That was space aids for the uninitiated with our shitty naming scheme. Yeah, listen, Dren. Listen. You don't sell any more of my patrons. We can call it even. And like I said, I'm offered you a drink. You already guzzled that shit down like it didn't cost 300 credits. And then
you put that down already?
yeah.
He's probably onto the second one.
He's gonna be the one that was put for the robot. He's already guzzled as well because Rex ain't drinking it. Listen, let's call bygones be bygones. I'm glad you're back, and if you're traveling with Milla, I assume you're not a complete piece of shit still, Milla.
For the most part.
For the most part. All right, we already shown some improvement.
There are
People
many
grow.
who would argue against that statement.
Yeah, I agree with you. Could you get out front of my desk though?
But I've made friends.
Yeah, I respect that. They're a pretty friendly bunch. Trust me, I know. But like,
Oh.
could you
Let
maybe
me
reload?
first exchange information with Dunn. Okay, bye now.
All right. And moving on. Yeah, the amenities quarter. I'll close it off. Or if you prefer, where you can be in the theater district, I'd like you to be somewhere with people. I think that's in your best interest.
All right. I trust you, bud.
Question. You want my staff present or not? I will say I don't know how much if Solon was to come and was here, he'd like my staff present.
Well, I'm thinking one, and you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, Milla. I know you pretty well, but like we haven't met that often. I got
The
a
voice
lot
in the
of
sky
staff.
needs a name.
No, I have the name. I'm trying to point out that this person he's requesting actually isn't that big. Or when you ask, it might change his answer. Who are you looking for, Milla?
I actually did forget his name.
Sorry. That's why you're doing it. I thought Michael was making fun of me. Garv Betterhorn is what you're looking for, right?
Yes.
I was making fun of you.
Oh, okay, cool. So it was Chris that effed up, but I was
No. I would have the sheet up. I just don't have it. I don't know where it is. But
I can send it.
All
I'll
right.
put it in the Hangouts.
all right. So you got you want Garv. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, if there's anybody who knows tech stuff as well as I do, it's Gav himself. I mean, he and I worked on the security system here.
Yeah, that makes sense. He definitely has an eye for that. He's staff. He doesn't count. He's not a patron. You know what I'm saying? He's employed or he's on the payroll for a couple of different pirate interests. Let's go with that.
I don't suppose you could disclose that, can you?
I mean, don't we already know
The
that?
specifics, the who's?
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I don't keep that good a track of my employees that I trust, and Garv is one of the best. It's just that he is employed by a couple of pirate groups. Again, they've changed their names a couple of times, and there's some. I'll be really honest with you. The politics in the diaspora have been changing a little bit. A lot of the pirates seem to be rallying under a banner. They're calling themselves the Resistance. I'm pretty sure Garv works for them pretty exclusively right now because they bought out everyone who was paying him. I don't know much about them, to be honest with you. They keep pretty much themselves, but anytime pirates are involved, I want to make sure.
We'll take them.
That's perfect.
All right. He should be pretty decent, but I'll make sure that he's on hand. For the people who might not know him in the room, he is the horn-looking dude. He's
and
noir.
He has probably one of the most majestic ways of dealing with the cheetahs around here. Am I right?
I'm
Am
a
I
big
right?
fan. I'm a big
It's
fan.
a spectacle.
What does he
Hold
do?
on,
What does he
hold
do?
on.
What does he do?
Hold on.
I need
I
to
got this.
know.
I got this. He looks at another button on the screen. He hits it, and it plays one of the video. It
Greatest
projects a
hits.
video behind him, and on it is this big, stocky looking noir, which is a minotaur. He's got 4 horns that kind of come out to the side of his head. He walks using like a staff with a weapon tip on it as his like walking stick, and he is standing in front of we'll call it a human, so that's fine. A human who is literally tied to a miniature rocket ship. It is no bigger than the human, so say roughly 6 feet. It looks like a stereotypical rocket, where it's a phallic shaped, has a tip, and like has like little spikes that it kind of stands out at the bottom.
Of course, Dustin describes something as phallic shaped.
He pushes a button, and fire rockets out of the bottom of this rocket and sends this person up, and the camera pans away from the noir. And it follows them, and it turns out they're not in the casino anymore. They're actually out on the asteroid itself. So it jettisons him off the asteroid and later collides with an explosive finale against another rock. And that is how Garv deals with cheaters.
You know, I was worried there wasn't going to be an explosion, but then there was, and I love it.
This is actually old footage. We haven't had, since that display, too many cheetahs. My understanding, he's at fireworks to the next one. Yeah. So if you want to see it, convince Dren to cheat. We'll catch him, and we'll blow his ass up.
I mean,
Dren, would you like a Nathaniel task?
I can make it. I could probably make it look like somebody else was cheating.
Listen, Dren, I will catch you, and I will kill you. Do you understand?
I gotcha.
Leave my clientele alone. That's money out of my pockets. I need the money.
But there will be explosions, so
I do
at
like
least you
that.
got that going for you.
And I could use more footage, but not that way. Not my. You know what? You convince some fucking BSU chum to do the wrong thing. Maybe we in business, but otherwise, I'll kill you. I'll kill you dead.
Well, they have wronged me, so.
In fact, when you're walking out this hallway, like I don't know, just keep ready. I got an itchy finger, and I gotta be honest. This whole slime look you got going for you isn't helping me any at all.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey, you know what though?
You
know what?
slimy. Excuse me.
This stuff makes god tier engine lubricant. It's the best. I've never seen anything quite like it.
I can confirm it has no impact.
Well,
Rex must love it then.
I don't use too many engines up in my piece. I don't really leave the casino anymore, but thank you. I'll keep that under advisement. If I chop this guy up into soup, I'll keep some of the slime.
You can keep Dren.
Yeah, I don't want him, and I think we're good.
Not a lot of people do, apparently.
Listen,
it's okay,
I'm sure,
Dren, I like you.
I'm sure you got
I
your
like
feet.
you too, Seeker.
It's just you got to stop selling my clientele. You ever need a job? I seen your work. I could use someone like you, but I'm not poaching from Miller's crew. All right, that's not what I'm doing. But should you ever split ways, you split that party up. You come see me. I got work for you.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I need more hookers. All right, now other than this meeting place and a little bit more of a shuffling of folks around, is there anything else I can do for you? I really do got the next folk coming in, and honestly, I got to keep an eye on some of the other folks wandering my halls.
I think we're done here. We all done here, guys?
Has a third drink not been taken yet?
Miller took a sip just out of politeness, but he doesn't really drink alcohol.
0.
So, yeah.
I drank mine.
I think we lost Mike again.
What?
Yeah, Mike. Oh,
Yep.
There he is.
oh, there he is.
Oh, there he's not.
Yep.
He jumped.
Mike, did you take a drink?
Oh, he's Ray Shorin again.
Go for Nick.
Well, Patrick has
Nice,
to
yeah.
shut his shit down, but yes. No, you beat him, Michael. Or did you just pop in?
I did.
I don't
Well,
know
it's
that-
arm still. We should be good now, right?
Yeah.
Mike,
Alright.
did you take a drink that was prepared for you?
No.
All right, then Dren downs what's left on the table.
Oh, I had
Dren,
a question.
I
yes.
think
There's a
that's
very-
probably 5 drinks then.
There was a very nice man that met us at the entrance and told us to go to some goblin bar. His name was Kua. I know anything about him?
Again, you're kind of asking the wrong person. I don't dish on my clientele, unfortunately. Yeah, we're kind of hitting a conflict of interests here.
Oh, so they are kind of important. Interesting. Okay.
Listen, I would recommend if you're looking for details on people that are in the casino, don't ask the owner of the casino who's responsible and kind of, I'm in charge of the place. I can't really be doing that. I can't be
Yeah,
showing
Seeker,
Well,
face.
he
have
was
a
very
little
nice and
class
gave us
here.
directions, so I just wanted to say that if he is one of your employees or something, he's doing good.
Not employed by me.
Okay.
Now, if you want more information on the characters that you can find wandering my asteroid, check in some of the bars. The entertainment district where I'm sending you is great. I love the bartender over at Space Rocks. In fact, I have loved the bartender over at Space Rocks, and I can heartily recommend him.
That's where we're going, or that's where he told us to meet them. So
Get there first.
When what time do you think you can have that amenities section shut down?
Before you get there, if we had to, do you have a time in mind?
Do you guys want to fiddle around the casino a little bit first?
That sounds fun to me. What do you guys
All
think?
right, let's make it for
I could go a few hands.
8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock tonight. You got it. I'll make the call to my folks up front, and they'll get it done.
All right. How's the wife and kids?
I don't know. She left like years ago, and the kids everywhere. It's all right. It's all right.
It happens. Well,
That's
tell them I said
horrifying.
hi.
Yeah, let me give my ex-wife a call. Let them know that the
Not
best
her.
Durkin mechanic in the universe said hi. I'll do that. Let me just get up off my ass, hop into the drift, fly to whatever.
All right, I'm out of here. I get the picture. I get the picture.
She didn't even leave me one of the kids. You know how many kids I have with her? I'm talking about. Like, not even a one.
Probably at least a dozen and a half.
Not even the ugly one. She wouldn't even give me the ugly one. Took them all.
Wow. Oh,
That's the one that takes after you most, right?
poor Padawan.
I'm
Burn.
gonna fucking kill this thing. Get this
Poor
thing out of my
Padawan.
sight. Listen, Mo hasn't been working right since he came in here, and now Mo's getting ideas. Get the fuck out of my office. I will see you guys never.
I push everybody
For some
out.
reason, Miller, you got 8 o'clock. I got you. If you die, though, I want you to put a pre-recorded message to Sal saying that I helped your ass. All right?
Will
He's
do.
family. I don't do bad by family, but I can't protect you if you getting yourself into ish. And I don't go messing with the corpses. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you leave that message somewhere for Sal to get.
Will
Understand
do.
me? I'm not joking. I'll know.
Yeah.
This is important to me as family.
Yes.
All
Just
right.
record it now.
I'm recording.
Listen, don't do I'm in the picture. You think I'm forcing you. Get out of here. Go. Oh, sorry. Gods above and below and in the drift. God, this is getting confusing. Whatever. There's too many of them out there. Get out of my office. Goodbye.
All right.
All right. And as you guys exit Flisco Turn's office, you follow the long hallway out. Any of you making perception checks would notice that you have been scanned pretty much every step of the way by every scan imaginable. None of them seem to work on zero, at least not to the extent they are on everyone else. Excuse me. But yeah, you are led out, or there's no really way. You're funneled out of the building, and you're back into the gambling arm of the wing. With that, all your timeline passed. I'm going to say that it is now roughly 2 o'clock-ish.
All right. So did you say you had games planned for us?
I didn't have too many games planned for you, but if you guys wanted to do a couple of hands of stuff, I've got a deck of playing cards we can totally mess around with. And I'm totally cool with that. I would say right now, keep it simple for me. I didn't want to do a whole session of poker, or we could have.
Right.
But like if you want to do a little bit of blackjack here and there, or gambling on a combat ring or something like that, if you want to like pick on something in particular, I'm cool with it. But otherwise, I didn't have any prepared casino games, only because I didn't expect you to spend much time with it. But again,
Right.
a little bit of time, and if you go to the high stake tables, you guys can potentially get real money real fast, or lose real money real fast. Hence gambling.
I am actually kind of curious on the high stakes table.
All right. So high stakes tables includes your table games, so you can find really expensive games like blackjack. But if you wanted to go more degenerate, were you looking for anything in particular?
Just see what my options are.
All right. Let me think of some awful things right now. There are obviously the death battles, like there are strict fight to the death gladiatory style. There are there's the they call them bleeding races. They take humanoids, so they have to be bipedal. They have to be, kind of roughly the same height. They don't kind of vary with that. Whom they strip naked, stab in the left rib area, and then set to run after a set of bandages and medical equipment that are just torn around the track, kind of like with greyhounds and whatever the rabbit is they chase. And you have to bet on who gets it. There's also a sub bet for who dies first.
Played that one a few times. Pretty good.
There is a variety of games that look a lot like what you'd go with for Vesk Roulette, just in different varieties. There are games where you can go into basically guess what's behind doors 1, 2, or 3, and depending on how well you are, you go to the next set of doors, and you can kind of basically bet how far this person gets. If they'll get out, if they get to tier 1, 2, or 3, or if they're going to die in tier 2. That one's a pretty open gamble, mostly because you have no idea what's behind the doors, and they vary wildly. Sometimes it's horrific monsters, sometimes it's poison gas, sometimes it's just the path to the next tier. Other things you could do, there are card games, but the only thing you're allowed to bet are your limbs, or your extremities, I should say. That if you lose, they take them on the spot, and they use them for donation purposes.
That's
Don't
not really
recommend
fair
that one.
if you're Vesk, because then you have like 6 penises.
What is that?
to...
Current day China?
Well, it's basically current day China. It's not. We're gonna get Blizzard's gonna fire us. Or
We're banned
Oh,
from China
no.
now.
Oh no!
Sorry, we got integrity.
Yeah.
She ain't got that integrity.
So the way that works is like in real life, Justin, is that if you have more money, you've got more access to things. They've just got more body parts.
True.
Wouldn't that make it so Vesk penis isn't really in demand because there's so many of them?
Have you seen how big their penises are?
Once or twice.
They're in
2
demand.
times.
They're in demand if you're of the scaly persuasion. Now, if there's anything else depraved you'd like to pitch, I can also say it's there.
Why don't we start off with some blackjack?
Let's start with some blackjack.
Blackjack is pretty easy. I can deal out.
Yo, I love blackjack. What's blackjack?
Can you count to 21?
Yeah, I mean Seeker can, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if Biggles DeChowder can.
All right, check your
1, 2.
How many tracks you got on your newest
0.
newest beats?
Oh, there's like 12. That's usually the standard.
So double that, minus a few.
Double that 12 is like 6.
As you come up to an open table, who's playing? How many?
I'm in.
What's
Steal
the
me
max min and all that?
There's no max and there's no min.
All right.
I'm sorry. Let's make min 10 credits. There's a min for 10 credits, but there is no max.
High stakes, 10 credits.
Again, if people want to play in this game, it's fine. But it's if you play too long, 10 credits at a high stakes table, other things happen. The casino will get your money one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, deal me in.
All right. So
I put down.
I'm gonna use detect magic on the cards.
as soon as you start casting detect magic, a different color lights begin showing directly over your head, and a small quiet alarm system goes, magic detected. Magic detected.
No.
First violator. Magic detected. The dealer looks up. It is a Skittermander with fluorescent purple skin and 4 hands, as Skittermanders do. 6 hands? They have 6 hands? Got a lot of hands. He's got a lot of hands.
I think it's 6 limbs but 4 arms.
Maybe, I don't remember. He looks up at you and he says, hey, yo, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't mean to. Sometimes that just happens.
All right. He's looking at you suspiciously. Go ahead and roll me a bluff, please.
I don't even know. Do I have my character? I do have my character sheet open. Okay. I think my bluff is like -1 all the time anyway. So
yeah, Justin.
Yeah, it is.
He cast magic, and basically the casino's anti-cheating system went on. The dealer asked him, hey, what's with that? He's like, I don't know. It just happens sometimes.
I got 7.
7? He's like, listen, I don't want to have to help you to security, but I will. Magic is not allowed in the casino rooms where gambling takes place, which, by the way, is most most rooms in the casino. If you
First of
wanna
all,
use-
no one told me that.
oh, I don't give a shit. You
Second
gotta
of
read
all-
the rules before you start playing the game, bruh. I don't
Well,
give a
then you should have
shit.
put the rules there for me to read. I can't see them.
As you
Where are
look
the
around,
rules?
there are different rules floating throughout the different air spaces, which are just highlighted by different floating text. Again, had you asked me, I would have told you. Yeah, no magic and cheating otherwise is pretty much the same. Anything that would give you an advantage over the house is not allowed. It's pretty simple.
Just have Chris do it.
Why is Chris doing it?
Because in real life, he has an incredibly high luck stat. Just let Chris do it.
Yeah, well, that's not going to help Miller or the appropriate folks. I'm assuming everyone donned their costumes had they been removed at any point.
Oh yeah, that's
Costumes are still
why I'm
useful throughout the
in
casino
character now.
Okay, let's go.
And I'm pumpkin.
Who am I not dealing into this game of blackjack?
I'll sit
Probably
back and
Rex.
watch.
Cool. So
Yeah, Rex would not.
Zero, are you partaking?
Yep.
All right, so that looks like I'm dealing out 4 hands, right?
Yep.
You need to set your bids now.
1,000.
Okay.
I'm
going 500.
Going 200. 200.
And it's 100 for Zero if you didn't hear.
No, 100%. I did not hear that. Keep track of your own bets. I'll trust you guys to not mess with me. The Skittermander looks over at Zero and says, 100 credits. Is that all you got? Do you mean loan you some?
I want to see if the table's playing out before I play higher.
All right. Let's see how this goes. All right. And I'm going to do this in the order I see you guys in roll 20. So Justin gets a card. Again, I'll tell you what it is. This is not how blackjack works. So you guys are getting this. I don't have another way to get it out to you. You're showing a king right now for your first card. I can't remember with blackjack dealing. Do you get 2 cards up front or do you
No.
have
Yes.
You go around.
Yeah, I know, but you get
Yeah,
2
you get
cards
2
before I have to
cards.
tell you to hit, stand, etc. Correct?
Yep, and then the dealer
deal-
gets 1 face down,
And 1 face up. Yep, I know roughly blackjack. I play blackjack sometimes, but no. Chris, you're showing a 9, and Michael 2, Nick 8. Dealer gets a face down card. Does his face up come right now? Or
No,
after?
First
go
card's
back
face up.
around.
Okay, cool.
Hey guys, what does the guy with the crown mean?
Means
it's
10.
actually Sobernaut. Actually, that's the fun thing.
Oh, hey, that looks suspiciously like Sabernot.
You get a 6 for your second card, Justin. Chris, a 5, a jack for Michael, and a 9 for Nick. And the dealer
Wow.
is showing a jack face up, so showing you value 10. This is using normal blackjack rules of going to 21. He motions one of his hands at Biggles, and he says, "You a move."
Well, I only got 6 points, so yeah, hit me.
You have 16.
All right.
Or whatever. I don't know how to play blackjack, so whatever this is.
All right. You get an 8, and you are bust, my friend. You're out. He puts one hand up just to show that he's out. His next arm points at Pumpkin. Goes. By the way, I think your cosplay's on point, and that's a real nice avant-garde look with the 2 pumpkins. It's
Thank
almost
you,
like
thank you.
Just
Son
in
of
case,
Pumpkin
tell
goes.
us what the person you're pointing at has.
Say what?
So what are they showing when you point
Yeah.
at the person?
When I'm pointing at the person who just.
So, like, what does Chris have for right now?
Oh, Chris is showing right
I'm
now
9-5.
14.
Yeah.
And you hitting
Yes.
on 14? Queen, bust.
Ah.
Sorry, and his other hand goes up. He uses another arm to point at Zero. Zero, right now, you personally are showing 12. Are you going to hit?
Yes.
King, bust. No, man, rough stakes there. All right.
That's why I only bet 100.
Last but not least, slimy fella over here. What are you going to do? You going to hit?
Holding at 17.
Holding at 17. All right. He flips over his card. Winner. I have to stand on 16, and I flip to 16. That's good.
No, you have to stand on
Nope.
17. You have to
my
hit
table
anything
stands-
below.
My table stands on 16, but if I get a 21, I get to punch whoever I want on the table. He shows up with a fist he has not shown yet, and it has spiked knuckles on it. I call this one Betsy, and I had some happy times. It's a slightly higher stakes table, you know what I mean?
Betsy looks kind of nice.
Yeah,
Do you
all right.
polish her?
So you get your chips plus whatever you bet back in. If you guys hit 21 yourselves, it's quadruple payout.
All right. I'll do one more. Same bet. 1,000.
All right, I gotta shuffle the deck because I ain't letting you fuckers count cards.
So what did everybody else
Wait,
throw in for last time?
Put 1,000.
I put 200.
I did 100.
Dren, I forget your bet. What was yours?
500.
So you're up 500 credits. You're
Yeah.
at 1,000 there. All right. Everyone playing again? Same bids?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bid less. I'll do 100.
Cool.
I'm gonna go much higher, and I'm gonna go 1,500.
Ooh.
All right. And just so you fuckers know, I'm just using a deck of cards. There is.
I'm going for 1,000.
Are you guys trying to interact with the dealer at all?
I've been interacting with him, talking.
I know what I'm saying, but I'm assuming you know what I actually mean.
In the
Yes.
background, you see a robot dressed in a sweater with a gun going from table to table, talking to people, walking away as chaos ensues, leaving
Uh,
coins.
That's gonna end poorly.
So Miller just
just
kinda-
Daniel tasks. All right,
Yeah.
you've hit the right room for it, actually. All right.
Miller kind of leans into Seeker and says, "Why don't you ask him about our friend when we got off the ships?" You know?
Oh, Kua?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that guy Kua? I saw him out there. He's a nice dude.
He deals you a 2 as you ask him about Kua, and he says, "Pfft, nice dude. That's a good one. I like helping people as much as the next person, but I think you're doing him too much of a service with that comment." He deals out Pumpkin.
What do you mean
Ghost's
by
card,
that?
which is a
I
king.
mean, he told us where to go for some pretty sick tunes.
Yeah, he showed you where to go if you wanted to get shivved in the spleen. If you have a spleen, I don't really know. You're whatever. He deals out the card to 0, which is a 1.
An ace.
Yes.
Sorry, I probably should take the ones out.
No.
We'll call it an ace, which is what, a 1 or
11.
1 or
So,
11.
11.
I didn't actually take out the ones, which was dumb of me, but that's fine. If I can't do an ace, I'll just burn it. All right. Next up, we have our boy Dren, who's going as last name Bricks. Got a 7. Sorry, what was your response to him about the shivving?
Oh, I don't think I did respond.
Oh, okay, cool. I just wasn't paying attention. I'm dealing cards. And
Are you using like an Uno deck or something?
Nah, they're Dishonored cards.
Oh,
I have a playing set of Dishonored cards. I just keep.
I
in
just
my
counted all of them when
desk.
you held them up to the camera face first. So
Yeah, I held you one card that you shouldn't know. That's fine. Second card over to Biggles is an ace. Then next card to Pumpkin Ghost is a 5. Next card to 0 is a queen. The
that's-
queen is
Blackjack.
Slobberknot with a wig. Yeah, that is blackjack. Jesus Christ, that's a payout. Son of a bitch. All right, and
I
then
think she could tie me to. For,
yeah, I to also punch you.
What is it? 3 to 2?
It's 4 times.
Quadruple payout.
Again, it's a little bit higher stakes because they will damage you if they get blackjack. It's a bit more of an aggressive table. This is for people who have money and a little bit more thrill-seeking table. I didn't give you a choice. I just picked a table that I had random. Dren's card. I'm sorry. What? Colin? Conroy? Whatever. Conroy gets a 6, and dealer is showing a 2. All right, Mr. Android friend. Let's see. My name reader says you identify as Biggles.
Yeah, that's me. That's
Biggles,
me.
you hitting, you staying. Right now, you're showing a 3 or a 13.
Biggles the chowder. I'm taking another one. I'm taking another. Give me another one.
Another one. Right. It is another ace.
Another ace.
Yeah.
What? There's
Yeah, you
2
have
of
a-
them.
Are these all face up? Which ones are face up to the other players? I can't even remember. how
They're
that
all
works.
face up.
They're all
Yeah.
Because
face
it's
up?
us against
Oh,
the house.
I completely forgot about that. I've been dealing them face down for myself to make it more realistic. It's really annoying. I
yeah,
flip them all
only
over.
the house gets one face down.
All right, so you are showing 2 ace.
I didn't even
yeah,
know
so
there
we
was
got
2.
4.
4
you-
or 14,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, 4 or 14.
You're showing 4 or 14. If I have a helpful hint for you, you should hit.
I can get more. I can get more cards. Give me another card. I want another card. Biggles the chowder needs another card.
It's a jack. So you're showing now let's see, 14. I would generally recommend hitting, but your luck's piss poor, so you do you. I don't know why he's got the same ask as everyone else doesn't.
You might want to stand because if she has a 12 and hits for 10, you win.
What does she have right now?
She is a
Two.
2.
2? Yeah, might as well. That's a good
Yes.
idea. I don't know how to play this game.
All right, you're gonna stand on 14. That's not necessarily what I would recommend if I was being helpful.
I would take another card.
Oh my god, I got so many people telling me what to do right now. What do I do? You know what?
Biggles,
Morris better give me another
Biggles, you're
card.
losing
Wait.
your voice.
No, but I don't
Biggles,
want
you're
one.
losing your voice.
Nathaniel task. Take 2 cards.
I heard another card. Casino House rule say I gotta give you another card. It is a 3. You are now showing 14, 15, 16, 17. I gotta do that one in my.
That's a good number.
I'm staying there. I like that number. That's
All
a
right,
good number.
stay.
That was
All
the number
right.
of my old jersey back in
My pumpkin-headed
Epsilon
friend.
Station. A Blitzball
You are showing
jersey.
15.
Blitzball.
Showing 15. I'm gonna have to stay.
All right, coward. My other android friend. You are great now. Showing. Oh, son of a bitch. Would you like to hit?
I believe you actually need to pay out before
Yeah.
do everything else.
Well, let's make sure I don't tie you. All right. Oh, do I have to show immediately when you show blackjack? I feel like I
You
do.
can't get blackjack anymore.
No, you can't get.
Oh, with a 2. Yeah, it would be quite challenging, huh?
I still need a card.
Even if you somehow get 21 again, it's not blackjack, and I still.
Oh,
win.
right, because I only show blackjack if I get it up front. That's right.
Right.
My bad. I
Yeah.
keep getting the rules for a simple game.
I mean, unless it's different in this casino, even
No.
if you somehow get 21 now, I still win.
Okay, cool. You get your payout straight up. You're good to go. Which is 4 times 1,500. Enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, my slimy friend. You are showing a 13.
Hit.
Yeah, that your pumpkin friend really wishes he hit on that. You got a 5.
Ooh.
That puts you up to what? 15,
18.
16, 17, 18. That's the one. 18. You want to hit again?
I think I'm gonna stay.
All right. Flips over my other card. It was I don't even know what the hell it's supposed to be. It says C. It's a 10. It's a face card. Fuck you, Dishonored. What the hell is this bullshit?
Flip over a 9, do it.
All right. I'm gonna hit on 12. I flipped over a 9.
Nice.
I
Oh,
probably
that's a
should be showing-
21.
You can't really see. A 9 is gonna
course
put
it
me
is.
at 21. Everyone loses, but your android friend. Pay up. Anyone want to try and make it rich again?
No, I'm good.
I'm going all in.
Biggles to chow
All
out.
in. What is all in?
1,155.
Oh, how do you guys have so little credits?
Most people have been spending
Spend it.
money
No.
at level up.
Yeah, I've
And
only
we
got
also didn't say get an amount
1600.
for when the character came back.
And then Seeker, come on, play one more hand. Let's go.
Who dat?
You're in. Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Actually, you're mistaken, sir. Sorry. Why is your name not showing up right? It keeps trying to say Dren, but I have you identifying as Conroy. Conroy, that's actually Biggles.
Right, Biggles,
That's right,
Biggles, come on.
Biggles.
My records say he does music on Absalom Station, which is really difficult right now. So I respect that. I think you probably should bet another hand because you need that money.
All right.
Yeah,
well, I
I'm
guess if
down
these-
there in the streets. I'm down there in the streets where I need to be.
Oh,
Bringing
hey,
people up.
you that robot you've been rolling with. You think he wants to get in on this?
Hopefully my voice isn't too loud.
I don't know if we trusted him with credits.
Nathaniel the Third, you want in on this?
Patrick?
No, I'm still in the background doing things.
Yeah, you sure are.
No.
All right, Justin, 10. Sorry,
Wait.
I will use character names. Biggles, 10.
I didn't want in.
You didn't want in?
Oh,
Okay.
100 more, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I'm in it too. I'm gonna put in
100 more, fine.
1347 to round me off.
Pumpkin, Queen,
All right.
0, 2. Person whose name is a little iffy. I'm gonna call you Condren, King. I'm showing nothing. It's face down. You have to suck it. Next up, to my android friend number 1, another 10.
Ooh.
Which also, do you split now or
You
later?
can when he has a chance to.
Cool.
You put everything down. You can-
Okay. I'm gonna flip another one for my pumpkin friend. It's a 3. For my other android number 2 friend, it's a 9. And then for my monkey boy, a 10. Ooh, All right, all right. I flip it over my card. It is an 8. I'm showing 8 up. I come to my Android friend. Would you like to split your bid?
I don't
Say
know
yes.
I don't know what that means, man.
It
It
means
means
that
you
I
upgrade
separate
2
your two
hands.
10s into individual hands, which you can draw on simultaneously. I actually forget as a GM how the payout works for split hands, but I know the rules.
It's
No,
normal
I'm
for us.
sticking where I am.
Is it just more chances to not fuck up?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And
It's
you'll-
actually, you can stay on
And-
20. That's actually not a bad hand. It's not one I would probably split myself because you already
And I
are
think
pretty
you
close.
get a better payout too. I think you get like double blackjack or something. I don't know. I don't remember.
I'd have to double check how it works. You are actually in a not a bad position if you split your hand because if I throw down an ace, you are already at blackjack.
I'm good.
You good? All right. Fine. You stay on 20, coward. Pumpkin, what you got? You're showing 13.
Hit.
Hit. You're showing 16. I gave you another 3. I am showing an 8, just so you know.
Hit.
It's a 10. I'm so sorry. You are bust again. You have awful luck.
I am really
You have
bad
the
at this
worst luck
game.
I've ever seen.
All right.
0, you are showing 11. That's my math. It's 11.
11.
That's what the
All
actual
right,
answer is.
So I didn't actually tell you what I was betting, so I'm just going to say now I was betting 500.
Sure.
And I'm going to double down, so I get a single card, but I get to add another 500.
Cool. Son of a bitch. I gave you another face card. You were showing 21 again.
God damn it! What?
Wow.
Hey, yeah, we got one. Okay, Monkey Boy, you were showing a 20. Yeah, you got a face and a 10. What you doing?
Oh, let's split it.
Can you split a face card and a 10?
No.
I think it has to be the exact same
Have to
card.
do this.
No, you can do it.
You know what?
The cheat alarms start to turn.
No. For you personally, you one-time deal. If you put something a little bit more valuable down than credits, I'll allow you to split that.
Can we
I
put down his arm?
I do take arms, yes.
not okay with that. All right, I'm
tried.
staying.
Well, what about that?
How
what
about
that
this?
tail? What about what?
Miller takes the robot that he's been using to suck up the slime. How about this? Would this do?
I look at the dealer, see if he takes it before.
Yeah, I could probably go for that. I kind of like I like the way he looks.
All right, sorry, little buddy. I grab it from Miller, throw it on the table.
All right. Just so everyone knows, he's speaking up to the camera. I'm allowing an illegal split. We've made an arrangement. Okay. I didn't get shot, so that's a pretty good sign. All right. On your first hand, your king.
He gets everywhere, by the way.
That's okay. I kind of like the way he looks. I'm gonna attach some other arms to him and make him more like a Skidamanda. I think it'll help his look. Now, on your first hand, the king, what would you like to do?
Hit.
It's a 6. What would you like to do? You're showing 16.
Hit.
Son of a bitch. You got a 3. You're showing 19.
Stay.
Yeah, I recommend staying. I'm showing 18. You're doing just fine. On your second hand, you're showing 10. What would you like to do?
Hit.
It's a 4. You're showing 14. What would you like to do?
Hit.
It's a 5. Are you effing kidding me? You are showing 19. Would you like to
Dang.
hit? He peeks at the card. Son of a bitch. All right. All right, you're staying. I flip over my hand. I am showing a jack. I have 18. I have to stay. You win. You win both your hands. I have no
That's
idea.
how you do it, boys.
Quickly Google how split hand payout works. If it's any different, and
It's
feel free
not.
it's not. It's literally the same. It's just more chances to not f up.
Well,
Do I
no,
get
it's more
something?
chances
I
to
get
make more money because you had good cards.
Yeah, but he doesn't win 2 independent hands.
No, he does.
Okay, so
Like
he just pay out.
it'd be the equivalent of what I just did, where I doubled down.
Okay.
the
All right.
equivalent
So
of
that
that.
it is more of a payout than what you would have
Yeah.
won on one hand. That's what I was asking. So yeah. Okay. So you basically win your bid back twice.
Yep.
Or something
And
comparable, since he did have to raise the stakes with something.
Seeker 1, 0, 1, and Dren 1. The only one
How much do I
I did was Miller.
How much do I get
I
if I
won.
bid
I
100?
won. What is it? 7,000 credits right now.
Nice.
All right. You
Someone's
guys have
getting beat up in the parking lot.
So you can
Effectively-
go and buy all the extra costumes, and you can buy all of the
Arrow
really
disappears.
good weapons
Don't
that you
know where
can
he
make for
went.
now.
I said Zero disappeared. Nobody knows where he went.
How much do I get
And he
paid
was
out?
never seen from again.
What did you put down?
100.
You get 100 back, so you get 200. You're up 100. You get 200 back.
Oh, okay.
Again, you didn't get blackjack, right? So
No.
their stupid 4 times policy did not pan out for you.
Oh, Shadow, this is Miller that I'm playing. My luck stat's pretty sweet.
I do appreciate that the luckiest one on camera had the poorest luck this time around.
Yeah.
I like blackjack. It's a pretty simple game to play,
Yeah,
and the way to master it isn't too really complicated.
Yeah.
I've never actually dealt it before, but
we killed a good half hour.
Yeah, we did. In character
I wasn't.
too. So.
Well, in game you'll have killed a little bit more than an hour. I'm gonna round up to 2 hours, just like the walking, the interacting, the checking out the tables, and winding up playing some hands. Anyone else been imbibing drinks? I'm assuming Dren. Yes, Dren. You are also, when it comes to it for next week or the next time we play Starfinder, you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look up rules for how that actually affects your character. But you drank enough in Flisco's office to knock out like a rhinoceros. So you are drizzunk, and that's totally fine. And I'm gonna say that's probably how Dren worked most of his time in the casino. So effectively, your tolerance is fine, but you are hammered for what Dren is. I'm gonna look up the rules for a drunkenness.
Don't give me a breathalyzer because I will not pass.
No, that's fair. Has anyone else been availing themselves of drinks?
Nope.
No, but if anybody had drugs, I mean, Seeker said no to Mister back in the thing, but Biggles the Chowder, he's not gonna say no.
He's got an image to uphold.
Yeah.
Actually, the same time that one of the wait staff comes around with drinks, another one comes right behind them, drugs, and on a platter.
Heroin, sir.
Drugs?
Yeah, and it's
I pre-warmed your spoon.
it is a cyborg-looking humanoid who comes around and says, "Would anyone like to partake of the finer entertainments?"
Oh hell yeah, dog! Give me some of that.
I got your acceptance, your brawn, your corpse flower pollen. You got your dream shiver, dream stuff, hyperleaf, insight dust, mega peyote, nequid.
Peyote.
What was the other
As I was saying it, I
Dream
realized
shiver?
it's mega opiate is what it is. It's mega opiate.
Peyote
shiver
bought
and
from
what?
Pie
Dream what?
Style.
Piece of the Void, Rapture Dust, Transdimensional Pesh, Twinkle, and Zero. Not to be mistaken with your friend here, I'm saying identifies as the digit 0.
Nope.
Oh, it's not
NA.
the digit 0? They got that wrong?
NA3 or 6.
Yeah, remember? NA6.
Sorry, NA6. Your friend over here who does NA6 has nothing to do with that joke I was just making now.
What was the you got Dream Shiver, you got Dream what?
Dream Shiver's pretty good.
Dream
Right
Shiver
before.
and Dream Snuff. If you wanted the good
Dream Shiver.
stuff-
I want Dream Shiver.
well, Dream
Oh, you'll
Snuff
like it.
is better. The actual effect of Dream Shiver, you have a 50% chance of falling unconscious. And that's it. That's the best.
That's the entire thing. That's all it does.
Yes. For 1d4 hours.
Oh well, then what's the other one? What's the Dream Snuff?
+4 morale bonus to perception checks and saves against mind-affecting effects for 1 hour.
Oh yeah, give me that one then.
Dream Shower. Dream Shiver is for your hardcore degenerates who are literally taking that to go night-night. You want some Dream Snuff? All right. That is going to be 1,500.
Oh, I don't have. Never mind. I don't got that type of money.
Well, we can make an arrangement.
Next time.
Take his nose. He can't smell anything anyway.
Does anyone else want anything? I'm good. I am flush with drugs.
Oh, I do not partake, but thank you.
All right. Do you have anything to trade, Mr. Android? You?
I'm pretty much broke. I mean, I make music. What do you want?
Well, sometimes I trade drugs for drugs. Music has nothing to do with me.
Well, again, I make.
How many
You're trying to
drugs
get
do
me
you
a
got
song
on you,
before sight.
Biggles?
Huh?
How many drugs do you got on you?
Oh, I got nothing on me. I left it at the thing.
Oh, you left it on the ship.
Oh.
I would imagine.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really bring the drugs with me because that's kind of not a great idea.
Well, for that particular drug, it's a combat drug, so it's a very good idea. But you do.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay. All right. So you got nothing. All right. Hit me up next time. Maybe I got you. My name is Rizix, and if you need any particular drugs in the high stake area, I'm your guy. Well, half guy. I'm also half robot. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before we wrap up tonight's episode?
Nah. I think it's exactly 10:30.
All right. Next time we will go through your meetings. You have potentially a meeting with Zolan Gurgaritz at 8 p.m., which we'll probably jump right to, unless you guys want to do something a little bit more casino creative. I had fished to see what you guys wanted to do in the casino, and I didn't have too many games come up. So if you guys want to do something more, we can. Or if you
We
wanna
can
bring
think
up-
of some attractions.
If you want to think of if you want to go straight to plot, we can also jump right into plot, and I'm cool with it. But if you guys want to try and get more money, this is in every RPG. There's a casino where you can try to abuse for money. I'm giving you this option in a tabletop RPG, which is a terrible idea. But I'm treating it as a season 3 is really where we're looking to wrap things up. If you guys want to try and break the bank a little bit, it's the time to do it. So feel free to pitch things to me in the break. But for now, next time on Mostly Harmful, we'll be meeting with Zolan Gurgaritz and maybe pitching some music at the Space Rocks Cantina. Those are the 2 meetings I have on the books for you. You have not been to many areas in the casino, including the Goblin Territory, the hotel area, which honestly you have no reason to go to. Don't bother. The theater district and the amenities is where you'll be going for your other 2 meetings.
I think next week we'll head out to the Goblin area, or at least Miller will.
Okay. It's cool if you guys split up in here. Again, this is a relatively safe space.
Mhm.
All right, then for tonight, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for catching us at a later date. And if you're on our audio podcast, thanks for sticking with us. Justin does a good job, and I appreciate you respecting that. All right, until next time, I just want to remember everyone, never split the party.
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick.
Actually, I want
That's
to
fair.
remind
I'm very
Rex.
everyone. No, that's fine. All right.